In the silence of stillness, wisdom flourishes like a lotus in the mud. The great Zen and Buddhist teachings have always emphasized that peace of mind is achieved not only by embracing virtues but also by quietly letting go of what disrupts harmony. They say, a wise person does not argue, they observe. A wise person does not hold grudges, they release. And most importantly, a wise person knows when to walk away. Wisdom is not about the accumulation of knowledge but the ability to discern what to nurture and what to eliminate. In this story, we delve into why a wise person chooses to silently cut off two specific types of people, not out of hatred, but out of deep understanding of life's truths. Once there lived a wise and humble teacher who carried no title but whose presence exuded an undeniable tranquility. They lived in harmony with nature, understanding the rhythms of life and the essence of human connection. They were approached by countless seekers of wisdom, but their lessons were often conveyed through stories rather than direct answers. One day, a troubled student came to the teacher, burdened by a relationship that was draining their energy and peace. "Why," the student asked, "do I feel so weighed down by certain people in my life? Should I endure their behavior to prove my patience, or should I let them go and risk being seen as heartless?" The teacher smiled gently and replied, "The world teaches endurance, but wisdom teaches discernment. There are two types of people a wise person must silently cut off. Let me share a story to help you understand. 1. The manipulative controller. The teacher began, once, a young monk sought enlightenment but found himself always at the mercy of a manipulative elder. This elder was charming, convincing, and always seemed to know how to twist situations to their advantage. The young monk initially believed that enduring the elder's behavior was a test of his patience and spiritual growth. However, over time, he noticed something peculiar. Every interaction left him drained, confused, and doubting his own intuition. The elder's words were sweet on the surface but laced with subtle control and manipulation, making the monk question his choices, his values, and even his sense of reality. One evening, the young monk sat by a stream, watching the water flow over the rocks. The teacher approached and asked, "What troubles you, young one?" The monk explained his turmoil, and the teacher nodded knowingly. "Do you see the rocks in the stream?" the teacher asked. "Notice how the water flows around them without resistance. The stream does not argue with the rocks, it simply finds its path." The monk looked puzzled, and the teacher continued, "The manipulative controller in your life is like these rocks. They block your path and divert your flow. A wise person does not waste energy trying to move the rocks. They adjust their course and continue onward. This is not an act of anger but of wisdom. To remain in their presence is to lose yourself. To leave is to honor your journey." With this insight, the young monk quietly distanced himself from the elder, not with confrontation, but with clarity. He learned that a manipulative controller thrives on your reaction and loses power when you step away in silence. The manipulative controller feeds on the energies of others, subtly taking control of situations to serve their agenda. They may appear harmless or even caring, but their actions sow seeds of doubt, insecurity, and self-questioning. Buddhism teaches us to be compassionate but not at the cost of our inner peace. The act of silently cutting off such people is not a rejection of them but an acceptance of your own worth. As the great Zen saying goes, a person who cannot control their own mind will try to control others. The wise recognize this pattern and step away, choosing freedom over bondage. 2. The relentlessly negative soul. The teacher continued, "The second type of person is the relentlessly negative soul, one who sees life only through the lens of complaints, despair, and criticism. There was once a villager who was known for their constant negativity. They would find fault in sunny days, complain about the gentle rain, and even criticize the kindness of others. This villager befriended a kind-hearted traveler, who initially believed their positivity could change the villager's perspective. The traveler spent years trying to uplift the villager, offering words of encouragement, acts of kindness, and a listening ear. Yet, no matter what the traveler did, the villager's negativity persisted. Worse, it began to affect the traveler, who started feeling drained, discouraged, and burdened by the villager's never-ending complaints. One day, the traveler approached a wise elder and asked, "Why does my light not brighten their darkness?" The elder responded, "Your light is not the problem, my dear. But understand this, some people are like bottomless vessels. No matter how much you pour into them, they cannot be filled, for they do not wish to hold anything. Their negativity is a choice, not a condition." The traveler realized that to continue pouring energy into the villager was to lose their own vitality. With a heavy heart, they chose to distance themselves, not because they lacked compassion, but because they valued their peace. Negativity is contagious, and those who cling to it often drain the energy of those around them. Buddhism teaches us the importance of protecting our mental and emotional well-being. While compassion calls us to help others, wisdom reminds us to recognize when our help is neither welcome nor effective. As the saying goes, you cannot fill a cup that refuses to be upright. The wise understand that preserving their peace allows them to better serve the world in meaningful ways. The silent wisdom of letting go. The teacher concluded the lesson with a profound truth. Silently cutting off these two types of people does not mean you hate them. It means you love yourself enough to guard your peace. It is an act of wisdom, not cruelty. To carry the burdens of manipulation and relentless negativity is to anchor yourself to suffering. Letting go allows you to soar toward freedom. The student, enlightened by the teacher's words, realized that the true measure of wisdom lies in discerning when to hold on and when to let go. They thanked the teacher and left, carrying a lighter heart and a clearer mind. The story of the teacher and their student reminds us of an important truth: peace is not given, it is cultivated. The act of cutting off these two types of people is not just a practical decision, it is a spiritual one. It aligns your external relationships with your internal values, ensuring that your life remains the reflection of harmony and authenticity. When you let go of manipulation and negativity, you allow space for clarity, joy, and deeper connections to enter your life. The journey, however, does not end there. Cutting off toxic people silently requires you to embrace new practices and perspectives that reinforce the peace you've chosen, cultivating inner strength. To truly embody the wisdom of letting go, you must first build inner strength. The Buddha taught, you, yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. This teaching is a reminder that self-compassion is not selfish, it is necessary. 1. Practice self-reflection. After cutting off toxic people, spend time understanding the lessons they brought into your life. Ask yourself, why did I attract or tolerate this energy? What did I learn from this experience? Reflection ensures that their departure becomes a stepping stone for your growth. 2. Set clear boundaries. The act of letting go teaches you the value of boundaries. Commit to honoring your emotional and mental space by clearly identifying behaviors or dynamics you will no longer entertain in any relationship. 3. Strengthen your core values. manipulative and negative people often disrupt your values, leading to self-doubt. Reaffirm what you stand for, whether it's honesty, kindness, or independence, and let these principles guide your relationships, reclaiming your energy. The space left behind by toxic relationships can feel empty at first. This emptiness, however, is a gift. It is an opportunity to reclaim your energy and redirect it toward what truly matters. 1. Focus on relationships that uplift you. Surround yourself with people who inspire, support, and encourage you. These relationships will replenish your energy rather than drain it. 2. Pursue your passions. Toxic people often distract you from your goals and passions. Use the newfound clarity to invest in what brings you joy and fulfillment. 3. Reconnect with nature. Nature has a unique way of healing the soul. Take time to immerse yourself in its serenity, and let it remind you of life's simplicity and beauty, transforming silence into power. The act of silently cutting off toxic people can initially feel challenging, especially when emotions like guilt or fear surface. However, this silence is not an act of avoidance, it is a powerful statement. 1. Silence as strength. Silence speaks louder than words when it comes to setting boundaries. It communicates that you will not engage in negativity or manipulation, and it shifts the focus from conflict to peace. 2. Silence as detachment. In Zen, detachment is not about not caring, it is about caring wisely. By remaining silent, you detach from the drama and allow yourself to heal without unnecessary distractions. 3. Silence as compassion. Even as you let go, wish these individuals well in your heart. Recognize that their behavior stems from their own pain and limitations, and release them with compassion rather than resentment. When a wise person chooses to let go of toxic people, their decision creates a ripple effect. Their clarity and peace inspire others to reevaluate their own relationships and priorities. In the story, the student who learned to silently walk away from toxicity eventually became a source of wisdom for others. Their friends and family noticed their newfound tranquility and sought guidance on how to achieve the same. The student shared the teacher's lesson, emphasizing that the act of letting go is not about isolation, it is about alignment. This ripple effect shows that by choosing peace for yourself, you contribute to a more harmonious world. The teacher, upon meeting the student again years later, offered a final teaching: the lotus grows in the mud, but it does not cling to the mud. Likewise, you may encounter toxicity in life, but you are not meant to carry it. Letting go is not an act of rejection but an act of liberation. In freeing yourself, you free others to face their own truths. The student smiled, now embodying the wisdom they had once sought. They realized that their journey of letting go had not only transformed their relationships but also deepened their connection to themselves and the world around them. The act of silently cutting off manipulative controllers and relentlessly negative souls is a profound lesson in self-respect and discernment. It is not a rejection of others but a commitment to your own peace and growth. As you embrace this wisdom, remember that it is not just about who you let go of, but who you become in the process, a person of clarity, balance, and unwavering inner strength. Let this teaching be a reminder that the path to wisdom is not always about adding more to your life. Often, it is about letting go of what no longer serves you, so you can walk lightly and freely toward the life you are meant to live. To hold on is to be bound. To let go is to be free. Thanks for watching. Hope enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Just click the subscribe button below and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Also, feel free to leave a comment and let me know what you'd like to see next. See you in the next video.